Yo guys, what's up? Welcome to yet another video. In this video we will be writing our first line of code in Visual Studios. So let's get right into it. So we have our scene set up here, we have a player, we have a camera, they're all set up nice and clean. So how do we add a script? Because that's what it is, it's a script, and in that script we will write our code. So let's go ahead and right click on assets, create, and let's go ahead and create a folder. Let's call it scripts. This is where all our scripts will be going into. So double click on the little map of scripts and right click here, create a C# script. Let's call that script the player controller. Alright, so you can see I did a capital P and a capital C here. Now that's something important. I mean, it's not that important, but it's something all game developers like do. It's more so when a friend of yours or another game developer starts working on your game, it's easier for him to start working on it because like he can see, oh yeah, it has a capital here and a capital here. It must be a script. All right, so oh hey, didn't see you there. This is a like stop, so please like the video, subscribe, hit the bell button, and don't forget to comment down below if you like the videos. Now let's get into the tutorial. Let's double click on it, and this should open your API. So my API is Visual Studios, as you can see. This can also be mono development, but I have Visual Studios. So I think that when you download Unity, you automatically download Visual Studios too. But I'm not sure, so I will show you guys how to actually download Visual Studios. You just have to go to Google, type Visual Studios, and then here it is. You go here, and you go ahead and download Visual Studios Community 2019. Now I already have it downloaded, so we don't need that. Alright, so when you open it, when you open your script, you will be greeted with something like this. Now, I know again, this is very confusing. There's like all of these different buttons that you can click, and like there's already code here, like what does it do? Now, don't worry about it, I will explain everything. So, as you can see here, the first 3 lines of code here are using system collections generic, using Unity Engine. Don't worry about these. These 3 lines of code just allow you to write code that is connected to Unity Engine and to some other things. So you don't have to worry about those. We will not touch them in this tutorial. But what we will touch today is this thing here, the public class player control mono behavior. You can see player controller. Now that sounds familiar. Well, this is the name we gave our script earlier. Like when you minimize your Visual Studios, you can see player controller here. And when you go in your Visual Studios, that's the name right here. So that's also another thing you should be aware of, is that when you make your script, you have to make sure that you never change the name of your script again, because this will not change with it. So if I were to go ahead and right click and rename and then gave it another name, this name would not be changed, so that would give an error. Right, so that's not really important here. There's nothing to adjust here. Now let's go here to the void start. Alright, so what all of this means in the void start method, because this is a method, this means that when you start the game, the first frame, everything between these curly brackets will be red and the code will run. So let's go ahead and write our first line of code. Let's do a debug.log and then some brackets, and then let's write hello world and close it off with a semicolon. Let's save it. Let's minimize. Don't worry guys, I will explain what this means, but let's minimize it for now. And when we press play right now, nothing will happen. As you can see, the player doesn't move, nothing happens. Alright, so that doesn't work. But the thing is, this script is not assigned, it's just here. It just exists, but it's not assigned to anything. So we need to go ahead and drag it onto our player. And as you click on the player, you can see that there's a script named player controller. So let's go ahead and press the play button. And as you can see right here, hello world has been written in the console. So that's what this little line of code does. It writes everything you write here in the console whenever you start the game. That's just what a debug.log does. And what you will have to do in every line of code is these semicolons. So make sure you always add them in every line of code, except for when you're working with a method like here, the void start. You can see there's no semicolon here, or like here. But we will get into that later. So this was everything for today. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.